Okay, so we just talked about breaking preoccupation. Before we go on to like the meat of the pitch, I think there's a little bit of a gap in between breaking preoccupation and kind of the meat of the pitch, which we'll go into. But what I refer to as this is where you validate your presence. What I mean by that is once you break preoccupation, you get them listening. Now that they're listening, they have to know that you're there for a reason. Not only that, but they have to know that you're an expert and you know what you're doing. So what that looks like is usually it'll be in the form of a question that shows them I know what I'm talking about. So what I personally say is after I break preoccupation, I'll say, did you guys live here a couple years ago when PG&E swapped the meter out for you? The smart meter, right? What that's doing is it's helping them see that I know they swapped it out. They did it for everybody. I know that. I obviously probably have some information on it, so you should hear me out. It's almost an extension of breaking preoccupation, but it validates you a little bit more. And not only do you have their attention now they're saying, this guy has my attention and he seems to know what he's talking about, so I'm going to give him a second. I'm going to listen to this. And so it's setting up the meat of your pitch. So I'll actually usually have a follow-up and say, did you guys live here a couple years ago when PG&E swapped the meter out for you, the smart meter? Has anyone told you why they did that? Have you seen that on the back of your bill or anything like that? Okay, so boom, and then I'm into the problem and solution. So basically, if I'm starting from breaking preoccupation, going through validating your presence, it sounds like this. Hey, what's going on? Are you the homeowner here? Okay, is this the Williams residence? Okay. Have your neighbors told you what's going on? Have you seen our utility trucks in the neighborhood at all? No? Okay. So I'm with Vivint. We're actually the ones that are following up on the net meter program. Did you guys live here a couple years ago when PG&E swapped the meter out for you, the smart meter? Okay. Has anyone brought you up to speed on why they did that? Or some people know, some people have no idea. So long story short, and then I go into it. So that's what it looks like from break preoccupation to validate your presence. So now when we talk about the meat is basically very simply put, it's explaining the problem and explaining the solution. That's it. Don't overcomplicate this. I put clear and concise so that it's clear and concise. Concise is briefly expressing a comprehensive view on something. So we want it to be brief, but we also want it to be comprehensive in nature. So the problem is helping them understand what's going on in California with the power. The solution is why we're there. So I'll basically just kind of go through this so you can hear what I do. I don't care if it's exactly word for word what I say. If you don't have a clear and concise way to do it, then try it this way. If you do, and the way that I would tell you to know if you do or don't is ask a DM or a DDM or somebody that is selling more than you. Do it for them, and they can tell you if it's clear and concise. Sometimes we think it is, and it's not at all. So, if I'm getting through this, I'll say, so has anyone brought you up to speed on what's going on? Why they switched the meter out? No. Okay. So they're changing some laws in California about how they distribute power. You may have heard something about it on the news, but in California we don't make enough power. That's probably not a surprise to you. So a lot of our power we're having to get from out of state or just from far away, which is the reason that our rates are going up. I don't know if you've noticed that on your bill, but that's the reason our rates are going up. And so they need more power plants in the state. So what we're doing is they're basically surveying to see which of these homes qualify to produce power on site. If you happen to own property in the state of California and it qualifies, cool, take advantage. The program doesn't cost you any money. If not, we can't. If it qualifies, great. If not, we can't really help you out. So that's basically the meat. That's all I say. That's it. I've done a couple little things in there that maybe we'll do some other trainings on, but the meat is there. The problem is we don't make enough power in the state of California, so we're having to buy more of it from out of state, which is why our bills are going up. That's so simple, it's so clear, it's concise. So we need more power plants. We just need more power made. So that's the reason for this meter, right? So basically, if you happen to own property in the state of California and it qualifies, cool, take advantage, you might as well. If not, we can't help you. But what it does is, and then that's when I'll kind of explain the tiers a little bit. I didn't really want to go into that just for sake of a long training, but I'll say they take you off the tiered system and lock you into a cheaper flat rate. That's my next line there, but without going into it. So I'm going to go through break preoccupation all the way through up until that point, just so you guys can hear it and have it. Hey, what's going on? Are you the homeowner here? Is this the Williams residence? Okay. Have your neighbors told you guys what's going on, or have you seen our utility trucks in the neighborhood last couple of weeks? No. So I'm with Vivint. We're the ones that are following up on the net meter program. Did you guys live here a couple of years ago when PG&E swapped that out for you, the smart meter? Okay. Has anyone brought you up to speed on what's going on? Have you seen anything about that? So long story short, in California we don't make enough power right now. That might be news to you, that you might already know that. And so what's happening is we're having to buy a lot of our power from out of state, and that's why our rates are going up a little bit. I don't know if you've noticed that, but that's why they're going up. So they need more power plants in the state of California. So basically, if we can get your home to qualify to produce power on site, they take you off the tiered system and lock you in at a cheaper flat rate. Are you familiar with the tiers at all? No? Okay. The more power you use, the more you pay. So this is just a program to get you at a cheaper flat rate for you. So it's kind of been a no-brainer for everyone that we've talked to. Obviously, if your home qualifies, take advantage. The program doesn't cost you anything. If not, we can't really help you anyways. So, right? That's it. That's my entire pitch up until that point. So next one, I'm going to go through where we go from there. This is where the transition starts happening. So we'll do that next.